The twin suns of Kepler 442b cast long shadows across the machine graveyard as Alex adjusted the radiation filters on his helmet. Beside him, Jennifer's optical sensors swept the horizon in methodical arcs, her titanium composite frame gleaming beneath layers of Martian dust that had somehow traveled across star systems. "Electromagnetic signature detected," Jennifer announced, her voice synthesized but carrying inflections Alex had programmed during their 3 years together. "Bearing 270, distance approximately 800 meters, pattern inconsistent with standard decay curves." Alex consulted his wrist-mounted scanner. The graveyard stretched for kilometers in every direction, a vast necropolis of humanity's failed attempts to colonize this world. Crashed survey vessels, abandoned mining drones, and the skeletal remains of the first settlement's infrastructure jutted from the rust-colored soil like the bones of prehistoric creatures. "Show me the spectral analysis," he said. Jennifer's chassis pivoted, her combat-grade servos silent despite the abrasive environment. A holographic display materialized between them, showing wavelengths that pulsed with disturbing regularity. Not the chaotic decay of dead machines, but something rhythmic, intentional. "That's a beacon," Alex whispered. They moved through the graveyard with practiced efficiency. Jennifer led, her threat assessment protocols active, plasma cannons deployed from her shoulder mounts. Alex followed 3 meters behind, his own weapon, a mass driver rifle, charged and ready. The graveyard wasn't entirely dead. Rogue AI fragments sometimes animated the wreckage, creating dangerous chimeras that attacked anything with a heat signature. The terrain grew treacherous. They navigated through a field of broken solar arrays, their photovoltaic cells shattered like dark mirrors. Alex's boots crunched on fragments of ceramic hull plating. According to his historian's training, some of this wreckage dated back nearly 2 centuries, to the first wave of colony ships. "Contact," Jennifer said, freezing mid-step. Alex dropped to one knee, rifle raised, but Jennifer's weapons remained retracted. "Clarify," he demanded. "Not hostile. Structure ahead. Configuration unknown." Through the haze of atmospheric dust, Alex saw it. The ship sat in a depression partially buried by 200 years of sediment accumulation. But unlike everything else in the graveyard, its hull showed no corrosion. The metal, if it was metal, possessed a peculiar luminescence, as though lit from within by bioluminescent organisms. They approached cautiously. The vessel measured approximately 40 meters in length, its design unlike any human engineering Alex had studied. Organic curves instead of angular efficiency. No visible seams or welds. The hull appeared to have been grown rather than constructed. "Radiation levels?" Alex asked. "Negligible. However, the hull material is absorbing and re-emitting cosmic background radiation in organized patterns. It's breathing, in a sense." Alex placed his gloved hand against the surface. Warmth radiated through the insulation. His scanner showed the temperature precisely maintained at 310-15 Kelvin, human body temperature. "There's an entrance," Jennifer said, indicating a section where the hull had begun to iris open, responding to their proximity. The interior defied physics as Alex understood it. The ship's external dimensions couldn't possibly contain the cathedral-like space before them. Walls curved into impossible geometries that hurt to observe directly. Symbols covered every surface, shifting and rearranging themselves like living equations. At the chamber's center floated a crystalline structure, roughly spherical, 3 meters in diameter. It pulsed with the same rhythm as the electromagnetic signature they'd detected. "Jennifer, are you recording this?" "Affirmative. However, my optical sensors are detecting wavelengths beyond my programming parameters. The crystal is emitting information across 17 different spectra simultaneously." Alex approached the sphere. As he drew near, the symbols on the walls began to coalesce, forming patterns his brain recognized despite having never seen them before. Mathematical expressions, star charts, chemical formulas. a universal language written in the grammar of physics itself. "It's a message," he breathed. Jennifer moved beside him, her processors working at maximum capacity. "I'm detecting quantum entanglement signatures within the crystalline matrix. This isn't just a recording device. It's maintaining real-time connection with something. The bandwidth is enormous." The sphere's pulsing intensified. Alex felt rather than heard the message, information downloading directly into his consciousness through mechanisms he couldn't comprehend. Images flooded his mind, a civilization that had transcended biological existence, encoding themselves into the quantum foam of space-time itself. They'd sent these ships throughout the galaxy, not to colonize, but to communicate, to leave signposts for younger species. But there was urgency in the message, a warning. The universe was darker than humanity suspected. Between the stars lurked something ancient and patient. The crystalline sphere showed them, the pattern. How civilizations arose, reached for the stars, and then vanished, not by chance, by design. "Alex, your vital signs are spiking," Jennifer said, her combat protocols activating. "Step away from the artifact." But he couldn't. The information continued to pour into him. Coordinates, temporal calculations, a location where the answer waited, where humanity needed to go if they hoped to break the pattern. When the transmission finally ceased, Alex collapsed. Jennifer caught him before he hit the deck, her strength easily supporting his weight. "What did you see?" she asked. Alex looked up at his companion. This machine he'd programmed with such care, this fusion of human ingenuity and artificial consciousness. Perhaps he thought that was the answer itself, not pure biology or pure machine, but synthesis. "I saw our next destination," he said. "And Jennifer, we're going to need a bigger ship." The sphere's pulsing slowed to a gentle rhythm, like a heartbeat at rest. Its message delivered, it waited patiently for humanity's response, as it had waited for 200 years. In the machine graveyard of Kepler 442b, under alien suns, man and machine stood together at the threshold of a revelation that would reshape their understanding of existence itself. The universe had sent them a message. Now they had to decide whether to answer.